My loves, it's going to get a little spicy today. I am all for loving kindness, calling on your higher self to think and speak and act with gentle love. But today, I want to talk about the people who are not your people. I want to help you lift the sword of discernment out of your backpack. And in order to help me do that, I am enlisting the support of my philosophical, mystical boyfriend, Jiddu Krishnamurti. So as per usual with my Danielle rhythm, we're going to get like dark and crunchy and a little bit of paprika. And then we're going to inhale, exhale, expand into our vastness and leave with love and light. Okay, let's start with Krishnamurti throwing down on society. It is very easy to conform to what your society or your parents and teachers tell you. That is the safe and easy way of existing. But that is not living. To live is to find out for yourself what is true. All right, let me make some suppositions on what might be true for you. That people with these following characteristics are not your people. These are not your people. Lean in, pay attention. They bully you. They intentionally intimidate you. I mean, lots of people might intimidate us, but they're not willfully trying to do that. That's like our own stuff. But when kind of turning up the heat in an intentional way to make you shake, the people that are not your people threaten you. They coerce you. This could be on micro levels. This could be on macro levels. This could be threats to sue you. It could be threats to just not cook dinner for you anymore. Ultimately, they create trauma and anguish for you. They harm you, especially when no one else is looking, because they are implicitly weak, and that is their opportune moment. This is darkness. Listen, I love. Do not waste your energy trying to please those people, commit to those people, conform those people, comfort, cajole, or fit in with those people. I know some of us are related to those people. Some of us have made vows to those people. Some of us have a lineage, a legacy, an employment contract with these people. In the long run, you will be better off to deal with the grief, be alone, raise your vibration, attract something more befitting to the beauty of who you are. Stay with me. Back to Krishnamurti. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society or relationship for that matter. These are not your people. They encourage blame and shame. They're not just dispensing it to us. They're actually egging us on to keep that internal loop, that conversation we have from our inner critic of blaming and shaming ourselves. They are cheering us on. They agree with us when we get down on ourselves. These are not your people. The people who help us experience guilt for speaking up. They condemn, they criticize, they break us down instead of lift us up. Being encouraged, dare I say, this is a big word, being exalted is your birthright. Being honored, exalted, praised, celebrated is how we get our relationships in order with the divine. It's actually the divine normal. Krishnamurti. In oneself lies the whole world. And if you know how to look and learn, the door is there and the key is in your hand. Nobody on earth can give you either the key or the door to open, except yourself. And I know that might sound lonely and alone with a capital A, but it's actually brilliant news. You have the power to magnetize, create, generate, and sustain fulfillment, sweetness, love. Because these are not your people. They give you the silent treatment. Come on. You deserve the vibration of sound, the respect of thoughts put into words and given to you. These are not your people. They do not encourage healthy communication skills. What about the ones who coerce you into saying something that's not in integrity with your values? Organized religion, disorganized family systems, the shadow side of sales and commerce, the tyranny of having to go along with things in order to get paid, in order to be invited in order to get a sense of belonging, as false as it is. These are not your people. They will make fun of you behind your back. These are not your people. Not the ones who belittle you. Not the ones who are hostile towards you, to your face, in your DMs, energetically, psychically. These are not your people. The ones who consistently let you down. Of course, we're all going to break each other's hearts. We're all going to let each other down, sometimes with some intention, but mostly unconsciously, accidentally. All right. Are those your people? Do you feel comfortable, at ease? Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel seen, felt, heard, welcomed, invited, belonged? Do you feel entertained? Do you feel loved? If not, maybe it's worth considering that these are just simply, humanly, painfully, understandably, divinely, just not your people. And that might be heartbreaking. It might be an opening. It might be good news, just okay. Might be a revelation. So how about we all just take a deep breath, inhale with me, exhale with me. Let your mind, maybe that heat that I just helped stir up in your thinking and your thoughts, let your mind just settle down into the center of your heart. Warm, friendly, luminous quality of your heart chakra. It's the best place, the only place where everything gets transformed. Let's take it up. We're all carrying trauma from this life. We are all carrying trauma from past lives. Some of us are carrying trauma from our fear of future trauma. Every single human on this planet has incarnated, has showed up now in order to heal. And we do heal. People heal. We grow. There are miracles. There are shifts. There are awakenings of consciousness. There are meditations and breakthroughs and lightning strikes. And there are workshops where people go away for the weekend and they come back and they're actually changed. And the change is sustained. There are revelations. Krishnamurti. There is hope in people, not in society, not in systems, but in you and me. There is forgiveness. The natural outpour of love from the heart, the soul's default, will always point you towards just forgiving. Doesn't mean you stay. Doesn't mean you sign the contract. Doesn't mean you re-up or you recommit. But there's forgiveness. There's peace. There's second chances. There's hope. There is the benefit of the doubt. What I'm asking you to do with all of this spice and this precision is I'm asking you to notice. This is a call to consciousness on behalf of becoming a more loving being for yourself and everybody else. This is an invitation for you to become more sensing without becoming hypersensitive. Hypersensitivity is an expression of a dysregulated nervous system. We want to be able to sense keenly in that space of neutrality where we can respond and not overreact. We don't get pulled off of center. We can notice all these behaviors and isms from people who may not be our people without falling apart because of it. Because the intention is to see what's really going on so that we can take excellent care of ourselves. When we are able to notice what's right action and what's wrong action according to the principles of love, when we can discern what's happening, then we are actually operating from our true power. We are operating from sanity, from real common sense, capital common, capital sense. And from that discernment, from the intention of seeing everything with love, then we can raise our vibration higher. We can cultivate strength from that place, from that seeing. We can make requests. We can raise our standards. We can ask with love, with clarity. We can also have the strength to walk away and then to magnetize greater love into our lives, to attract our people. When we set out, it takes so much courage to do this, I know. When we set out with love to see what's really going on, that intention of discernment gives us the strength to not be so attached to other people's behavior. So we don't cling as intensely to the desire to have people be something that they're just currently not. It's like this. I would give myself the mantra of, I love myself so deeply, I have the courage to see things as is. Yeah, let's go with that. I love myself so deeply, I have the courage to see things as is. And that kind of clarity, that actual light of consciousness will show you the next best step. Doesn't mean it'll be easy, but you'll know what's right. And you will know that it is your divine right to hang with, work with, dance with, love with, parent with, create with, vote with, play with, sport with, build the world with people who are your people. And eventually, you know what happens, right? You know, the end of this story with humanity is there's so much love being generated from the affirmation, the joy, and the resonance of being with your people that it radiates outward, and people shift and they raise their consciousness, they become loving, and then we all realize that everybody is our people, except probably today, not everybody quite yet. So, one more from my beloved Krishnamurti. You have to be your own teacher, your own disciple, and there is no teacher outside, no savior, no master. You yourself have to change, and therefore you have to learn to observe, to know yourself. And this learning about yourself is a fascinating and joyous business. Don't you love that? That is like divine love entrepreneurship. Learning about yourself is a fascinating and joyous business, isn't it though? You do the light work. You do the heart-centered practices. You build that bridge from your small self to your higher self. You breathe into your heart and you see clearly. And you love yourself fiercely. And your humans and the animals and even the plant kingdom will appear. And they will be encouraging and really, truly interested. They will be profoundly supportive. They'll be comforting. They'll be entertaining. They will be embracing, accepting, tolerating. They will be sweet. They will be admiring. They will be thoughtful. They will be kind. And they will be loving. It is so. Those are your people. I'm your people. I am so rooting for you to live in resonance with love. This would probably be a really good time to go say thank you and celebrate all your people who are very clearly your people. I will be here reliably next week to cheer you on. With love, Danielle. Thank you so much for listening, for feeling, for spreading the word. With love.